Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Just Coded to Sarthak. Today I am back with the part 2 of the video with Harshit. आज की वीडियो में हम काफ़ी कुछ डिस्कस करने वाले भाई उससे पहले अगर आपने अभी तक पार्ट 1 नहीं देखा है तो आई विल पुट द लिंक हियर समवेयर इन द channel. Please watch the part 1 of this video first and then you can watch this one. Also, in this part 2, we will be exploring a lot of things related to Hackathon as well as Infosys, what he's up to, what are the various projects he has been working, कैसा वर्क कल्चर है, कैसा चीज़ें वर्क करती हैं, व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट थिंग्स दैट आर हिज लाइफ गोल्स एंड व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट पर्सनल प्रोजेक्ट्स ही हैज बीन कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू. हम काफ़ी कुछ और जानेंगे हर्षित से कि कैसे इंटर्नशिप्स क्रैक करें, कैसे जॉब्स क्रैक करें, व्हाट आर द वेरियस सक्सेस मंत्र दैट ही फॉलोज फॉर प्रिपरेशन एंड cracking with this, and I hope you will all like this video. So stay tuned till the end of this video to get this amazing knowledge. And before starting with the video, let's thank the supporter of this channel, Newton School. So guys, what is Newton School? Newton School एक edtech startup है जहाँ पे you can learn more about different technologies out there. They will help you get job offers from these top tech companies. एंड उनका एक बहुत ही अच्छा प्रोग्राम है जहाँ पे आपको एक रुपया भी पे नहीं करना है जब तक आपके इन कंपनीज में जॉब नहीं लग जाता. दे हैव वेरी गुड ऑफरिंग्स विद दिस कोर्स, live classes, industrial projects, mock interviews, and personal mentoring. I will put the link in the description, and I suggest you all to check this out and explore their courses. Moving forward, I think you mentioned a very unique thing that you were able to get an opportunity at ISRO, and we know that ISRO is one of the best organization to work at, and they have very sophisticated systems, and they are working on some phenomenal projects like Mangalyaan, Chandrayaan, everything there. Like every day we learn, like we are excited to see what ISRO is doing. So you were at that place, you were able to grab that opportunity and internship at ISRO. So if possible, can you explain what was the journey like? What are the different projects that you worked on ISRO? Like a brief about that, and what are the different things that you did at hackathon very differently? So without even winning the hackathon, you were even able to bag the internship at the hackathon itself. Yeah.
Okay, so uh, talking about not building the solutions, still getting appraised for the solution was uh, the problem statement at our hand was we had satellite images and we want to map the road structure from the satellite images. This was a problem statement that we had at that time. What happened was we were able to use very good models at that time. So in machine learning, you have like different deep this machine neural network models.
Mm-hmm.
So what all the people were doing was they were developing a solution using a very basic, the very first model that they had in hand, which
Mm-hmm.
was we had a segmentation task and they were using a unit, which was for semantic segmentation.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone is familiar, they'll know it. So what we did is we did some research and we found out, okay, for this purpose, we have better models.
Okay.
We developed on that. So why didn't we win that hackathon was because we didn't process our data using the data set provided by the ISRO. So this was one of the thing that was to be covered.
Mm-hmm.
So there was some other team who actually used the data which was provided by ISRO. We did it on open data. That's why we lost that.
Okay.
But the way we approached the so what actually inspired is the this judges was the willingness of our team to like search for a better solution.
Mm-hmm.
So this was the major thing. So if you're like building an awesome solution, which
Right.
is like which is done by doing a lot of research will eventually stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Talking about the internship, so when I like interned at SO, my major work was on segmentation task only. So we did a lot of research on building this uh, semantic segmentation models. So
Mm-hmm.
my major work was to automate this process. So you will learn about you must have heard about AutoML and all. They
Mm-hmm.
are basically you give them data, they'll provide you the best answer. So we did something similar like that, but we did it specifically for segmentation task. So
Mm-hmm.
this was some research that we did from scratch. Apart from this, we did some hyperparameter optimization.
Mm-hmm.
So people use like very basic brute force methods to optimize the hyperparameters in machine learning. So we use some intelligent models and all. We
Mm-hmm.
learned a lot, and eventually we created a pipeline for the people at ISRO, scientists at ISRO, so that they don't have to like give up their time to design the models from scratch, and they don't have to do like a lot of computation. Okay, this data is following should have this thing. We should create like tweak this parameter and all. We created a proper pipeline. You give the data, you'll get a very good model.
Okay.
So this was like a very broad sense what I did at this. This was like a team effort again. So all the people who were like in my SIH team were a part of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And also, there is one interesting hackathon that you mentioned was ETHEC. You were able to bag first position at ETH India, and
Yeah.
a part of that, you were able to get a fully sponsored trip to San Francisco and participate at a global level. Can you share some experience there? What was the project like? How was your learnings, and what was your solution that bagged the first position at ETH India?
Okay. So ETH India was a hackathon which was organized by Ethereum Global Foundation. So
Mm-hmm.
this is basically Ethereum is another cryptocurrency, just like okay.
Mm-hmm.
The problem that we addressed there was in the current crypto system, we don't have any way to restore a private key. So private keys are way to access your crypto wallet. You can
Okay.
like think about that like this. Okay. So currently there is no system so that you can like even back up it somewhere. People are very paranoid. They'll not like save it on some server and all because if you have someone's private key, you can like transact their bitcoins and all,
Mm-hmm.
or their ether and all. Okay. So current system, people are very paranoid. They don't trust anyone. So they what people do is they write down it somewhere and store it like in a very secure manner. So we found a way that we actually developed a way in which we were using the private key. We were storing the private key not on a centralized location, but on a like bunch of users. So we had created a network. We created an Android app. Uh, so you can think each and every mobile which has this Android app installed on their phone. It was a node in a network. So what we used to do is if someone wants to back up their private key on our network,
Mm-hmm.
so we like divided it into multiple shards, multiple pieces. This is like there are a lot of pre-processing done so that each piece is not independently recognizable.
Right.
So we used to like create multiple pieces and we used to distribute these pieces over the network. So then
Mm-hmm.
if someone wants to like retrieve this key, they would like create a request and we would broadcast a message and the nodes which have some part of that key will respond to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was some mathematics involved. So we used this algorithm called Shami's secret sharing algorithm, which
Okay.
basically use a bunch of parts to actually generate a constant. In our case, the constant was private key. So this was like one of the acceptable solutions. Okay, this could be accepted. People will not be as paranoid as they are like with the central server. So if you open a company and you'll say, okay, I'll back up your private keys. What I'll do is I'll take your private key, I'll encrypt and I'll store it in server. Okay, so if
Mm-hmm.
you're doing the encryption, you want to retrieve it, you'll do two encryption. And if you're
Mm-hmm.
doing two encryption, people are like very empty. They don't have anything to do. They'll hack it. They'll just run an algorithm. They'll decrypt it. People think that. Yeah. Okay. So eventually, if someone is like, and someone knows, okay, this is a private key for a crypto wallet. Okay, they'll give everything. Okay,
Right.
I'll try and crack it because eventually I'll get money. So
Mm-hmm.
our system was a way people were like getting some assurance. Okay, we can like back it up there. So this solution was a very innovative solution due to one of the company actually in banking sponsored us. So there was a following hackathon. We had ETH India. There was an ETH San Francisco.
Hmm.
So we that company asked us to go and attend that. So they covered our traveling expense and all. And so we went there and we tried to compete. But at an international level, it's a completely different scenario.
Right.
Till now, we were like only competing in India. When you go to an international hackathon, you realize, okay, there's much more to it.
Right.
Yeah, like I remember there were, I guess, 200, 300 teams maybe, and it was like a real mess. Like you can't, I was not able to think clearly. Okay, at
Hmm.
this very big level, okay, people are working so hard. They were working professionals, and you were just college kids.
Yeah.
But it was a great experience. After going to that hackathon, I realized, okay, there is like no way you will ever reach the final step. It's a
Hmm.
continuous process. You'll have to keep learning.
Right. I do agree like कि learning ऐसा process है जिसकी कोई end नहीं, जिसका कोई end time नहीं होता है कि आज बस learning खत्म. It's a ever growing constant process. And also going from a regional level or at a country level, you are going at a global level. बहुत सारे लोग अलग अलग जगह से आ रहे हैं solving the problems. So it's an overall learning opportunity. It's not just that कि आपको जाके जीत कर ही आना है, आप वहां जाके काफी कुछ सीख कर आ सकते हो. It's a good experience in itself कि आप जाके कितने अमेजिंग लोगों से डिफरेंट डिफरेंट कंट्रीज और डिफरेंट रीजन से जाके बात कर रहे हो. एंड यू गेट दैट amazing feeling that it's a fully sponsored trip, so you are able to get an interested trip just because of winning a hackathon. So that is also a plus point, as I see. Also, if I go back, that hackathons का एक और benefit है that, let's say, you are not restricted yourself, you are doing a very good research, and that's where judges find you a very good, and you are getting, like, you are offered internship at ISRO. So it also opens up a lot of opportunities if you're doing something very great at hackathon. उन 24 घंटे 36 घंटों में, if you are able to make good contacts, if you are able to explore what other teams are doing, if you are able to explore new innovative solution and do your research properly, e- even that you may or may not win the hackathon, but you might end up doing something good. You might getting job or internship opportunities by the organizers or by the mentors. At the end of the day, you will be better off the person, the way before you were before the hackathon. So in any way, I would recommend कि जो भी है जैसे भी है, whatever skills you have at the moment, जाके एक बार hackathon experience करके आओ. It's a 24-hour team bonding activity if you see it in a way. If it is a 24-hour skill presentation activity in a way कि आप अपने skills use करके product develop कर रहे हो. Overall, it's a very good activity and you get a lot of learnings in a way. Also, being a college student or being a, I would say, a young student, you have a very, I would say, a very open mind, or you have a lot of learnings that you bring it with you. So that's why companies organize these hackathons, so that you can present your solutions, you can think of some innovative solution that the company people are not able to clearly think in their way. तो अच्छा लगता है जनरली यंग माइंड्स अपने ब्रेन्स को पुट करते हैं, एक अच्छा इनोवेटिव सोल्यूशन लेकर आते हैं करंट स्टैंडर्ड्स को फॉलो करते हुए. So, and I see Harshit was able to explore a lot of wonderful solutions that we might, let's say, I am getting my fingers crossed that we may end up seeing someday in our future life कि ऐसा कुछ हो, definitely. And a lot of learnings were there. So coming to the end of the video, Harshit, if you have any parting words for the audience, like say why should they should aim for hackathons, what are the key things that they should keep in mind, or any other things that you would like to share over here.
So what I would recommend you guys is like, okay, you should have one thing. The next hackathon you have to attend. It doesn't matter if you even know how to code an Android and all.
Mm-hmm.
Just go there. Like if you'll go there, you have made the first step. So going to your very first hackathon is the major step. If you're not
Right.
able to have the confidence, like okay, I'll go there, then like it's saying you should have that confidence. I've seen people like waiting 3 years. Okay, I'll learn this technology, then I'll go.
Right.
They never went. Okay,
Okay.
understand this thing. Attend any online hackathon if you're like having a fear, okay, I might not be able to do that one. Attend an
Mm-hmm.
online hackathon. They're like due to COVID, most of the hackathons are happening online. Okay.
Correct.
Just go and attend one hackathon after this thing. After attending like maybe 2 or 3 hackathons, you'll have a clear understanding what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And one more thing, like in case like don't get completely sunk in the hackathon drama and all, focus on DS and Algo also because eventually what will get you job is DS and Algo. It's not hackathons. Hackathons, what they'll give you an opportunity to have an open mind when thinking a solution. They'll give you
Mm-hmm.
an opportunity to learn how to work with teams, and of course, they'll give you something to write on your resume.
Right. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that should be wonderful words that you have shared. कि यार सिर्फ hackathon पे focus नहीं करना. There are other things DS Algo as well. And also I do agree कि hackathon के लिए कोई perfect time नहीं होता है कि यार मैं second year में try करूंगा या फिर ये skill सीखने के बाद ही hackathon try करूंगा. The moment you receive an invitation or like the moment you see a notification that hackathon is happening, just go and participate. Even if you are not able to build the solution, आपने कोई solution सोचा होगा, that is also a big thing. काफी confidence show करता है अपने आप में, going out of your place, staying at a place for 24 or 36 hours, thinking of a solution and seeing all the teams build it. That moment is also a learning in itself. So I think Harshit gave a very good, wonderful advice for you guys. Just go out there, attend a hackathon. If not possible, attend an online hackathon. But हाँ, इसको एक बार experience करो. This is something that will be a life-changing moment for yourself. And God knows, अगर आपको अच्छा लगा, you might even bag first position and wonderful job opportunities as well. So all the best, guys. I will see you in the next video. And thank you so much, Harsha, for giving your precious time for this video and sharing your learnings with the audience.
Thanks, Tata. All the
All
best,
right.
everyone.
So folks, with this we come to the end of this video with Harshit. हमने काफ़ी कुछ जाना हर्षित के बारे में, हर्षित कैसे इन चीज़ों को हैंडल करता है with hackathons, with different conferences, with different jobs and internships. What were his learnings, how he was able to make a great team, and what are the funny experiences that he was able to share along with this video. काफ़ी कुछ और lined up है videos के लिए. So stay tuned to this channel for a lot of amazing podcasts, and we will be discussing a lot of these things in depth in the next coming videos. With this, I take leave. Bye bye.